The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
We are back here on the Coaches Show, which is brought to you in part by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue, ribs, wings, and other local favorites on Warrior Drive. Locally operated by Riverdale alum Anne-Marie Brentz and the Lanning family. That's Rick's Barbecue. I'm sure that they're great partners for you guys and a lot of other businesses. And, well, you have to rely on them, especially when you only have a few hundred at the gate last night, right?
Yes, they do they help us out anytime with our pregame meals and things like that. And a lot of people around Warrior Drive help us out, and we appreciate all the sponsors that, come to us, help us out. Like Longhorn did our pregame meal last night. They've been really good partners with and take care of us. And so, yes, when you have low attendance like that, you better go shake some hands and give some hugs and ask for a few donations. And we are blessed in this community to have so many people that are willing to help people on Warrior Drive.
Well, I know last night the plan was to try to honor those who helped with the field turf, and you decided to push that, which is good. Get a better weather night hopefully down the road.
Yeah, I know. I mean, if I told somebody this week if it wasn't a better year to get turf, I don't know when it would be. We've had 3 home games, and all 3 home games we've had some kind of rain either before, during, or after the game, but we've had a lot of rain. But again, the turf's been in good use last night. I think I'm still trying to dry off, but it was faced a lot of adversity. The kids played well, and the kids did what they needed to do. We didn't play great, but again, we were in different circumstances and different weather conditions, and it's tough. We played similar in the year against Beach, similar situation. I think the wind was a lot more crazy last night than it was at Beach, but again, they handled all the situations as good as they could, and I'm proud. At the end of the day, we got to win.
Well, that was all of your home games. In that game against Beach, has there been, I guess there's been like one really good week for weather, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
I think you're right.
It's crazy. Last night was different, though. I mean, the wind was something else.
It was. I should have kicked the field goal right before half, but I didn't know because the wind was blowing in our face. It hit me pretty hard. Coach, discussed it with Coach Armand. He didn't feel too good about it, but it was just something we had to deal with, and both teams had to deal with it. So,
yeah, Khalil had a couple of kicks for you last night, though,
yeah, he
didn't
did. He had 42 and I can't remember what the other one,
25, 28, something like that.
Somewhere in there, and he did a good job. And the snapper, Cooper Dees, the hold, Malachi Tellin, and then the kick with him. That's all 3 parts are critical. Our punt block, punt return team had a big night last night because they frustrated their snapper and their punter, and it gave us good field position last night. And I told the kids before the game, special teams was going to be very critical, and our punt block team helped us set up good field position all night and created us opportunities to put the ball in the end zone.
Talk about special teams a little bit, because I think it's, we spend a lot of time talking about so-and-so rushed this much and, caught this many passes. And, those offensive and defensive linemen don't get the credit, but I don't know that special teams players do either.
No, they don't. Miles Weaver's our punter, and he did a great job punting the ball last night. I mean, it's a tough situation. Again, Cooper Dees out there snapping on punt team, and he did an excellent job snapping the ball in that type of weather. And Miles got a hold of a few. They were bringing all 11. They didn't even have a returner back, and they were trying to bring all 11. And I can't brag enough on Coach Pelchat and the punt team and how good a job they did this week with the pressure they had and the situation they were in. And I thought all the kids handled it well.
Did you know that with Coffee County coming into it that they were going to try to do that?
Yeah. They've shown it on film, and they come get them, and they put it out on film, and we knew it was going to be a tough situation. We hard counted them one time, they jumped off sides, and we got a first down. So, again, Coach Pelchat installed some good things this week so those kids could be successful on the punt team.
Will Kriesky joining us talking Riverdale football this morning. In the course of last night, how important is it to, I don't even know if you won the coin toss, but I mean, do you look at things like that? And, if you can get the wind at your back in the second and fourth quarters, I mean, how do you go into a game knowing that weather's going to be a factor?
Well, yeah, you knew it was, and that's what I was talking to some of the captains. They were like, we want the ball. And I said, no, let's defer because, again, on film, their punt team has not been great. And I felt like our defense could go out and stop them early. early on, and then when they punt the ball, and that's what happened. We stopped them, and they shanked the punt, and we got the ball at plus 30. And then first play, Caden Bailey took it in for a touchdown. So I felt like that would set us up good, and it did. And then after that, we kind of struggled a little bit. Again, it's a situation with the weather and things like that. But I'm proud of the way our kids handled adversity. A lot of times in those situations, you can kind of fold. But I thought our kids 8-0 at halftime. They didn't fold. They weren't arguing or bickering. We had to adjust some things. They got coached at halftime, and things were fixed. And they come out and corrected it, and they played the second half.
The score was 8-0 at the half. Did the weather have anything to do with going for two, or was that a plan?
No, it was not a plan. They jumped off sides, and I looked at Coach Barnes and said, "Let's go heavy." He said, "Yep." And our heavy package went out there, and then we went for two. And I thought, we both thought, with the situation, you don't know how it's going to play out.
Sure.
Any point could be critical. We thought, we could get that extra point in that situation.
John talked about it during our broadcast last night, especially in the pregame show, about how important it would be to score first for anybody, just because of the conditions that you were playing in. You had no idea whether the rain was going to get harder, if the wind was going to blow harder as the game went along. So scoring first was huge.
Yes, and I remember years ago, I think in 2009, we played Blackman. And it was a torrential downpour, and it was like you said, nobody could score, and so we went into overtime. And I remember that game like every point's gonna matter, and I thought that was a good situation to go for two.
Was that the year that everybody decided to play on Thursday, and Thursday was worse than Friday? Maybe that was later than that.
Yeah,
maybe
I think we played that game on a Friday.
Yeah. What about the decision to do that? I know that some schools are playing today even. Thursday's weather, it didn't look like it was going to be better. It was. I mean, it's a crapshoot when you're trying to move things around. Yeah. So how do you handle that?
Yeah, it's stressful. And that situation, things I was dealing with on Wednesday, I talked Coffee County coaching staff, administration, they were easy to deal with. And we went back and forth. And, we talked about moving it to Thursday. And then I looked right before I was going to make the decision, I looked at the weather. And like you said, it was going to be a downpour at 7 o'clock on Thursday. Yeah. And I said, let's wait it out and let's try to get this thing in on Friday, and because both teams wanted to get the game in. It's a region game, and so we just gambled with Friday. And like I said, when I saw Coffee on yesterday when they got there, I apologized to him. Said we should have moved it to Thursday, but he said, "Well, thank goodness you got turf." So there was positives in it.
Yeah, and that has to weigh in a decision, because number one, if you didn't, you would want to do everything you could to protect the field, because you've got more home games, and a sloppy night's going to tear things up.
Yeah, if we'd had grass field, we'd have played on Thursday night.
Yeah,
I would have been all for playing
no
Thursday
doubt.
night. But again, with having turf, luxury, and I thought it'd been the benefit for all to play on Friday night.
Yeah, well, I think it was Coach Woodward who said that they moved a game up playing on natural surface, and said, I would rather play in a downpour on a harder surface than wait a day in solid rain and play in a downpour on a soggy surface.
Exactly.
So, Coach, it was a region win, and Coffee County's in the mix with a lot of other teams here for playoffs. So that doesn't need to be a region win that we scoff at here.
No, I think they're much improved.
They are.
The coach is doing a really good job, and Coach Oliver over there running the offense. And I thought they were very physical up front on both sides of the ball, offense and defensively. And I think they created some problems for us at times. And I was very impressed of how well they're coached. I thought that our defense played really well. JoJo Smith, Aiden Edmonds, all them guys. I mean, we only gave up 40 total yards on defense last night. 3 first down. We've only gave up 3 first down on defense, and I was highly impressed. In games like that, in the weather situations, you got to rely on your defense, and our defense stepped up to the challenge and played well enough to keep us right there in the game at all times and not give them any. They created 2 turnovers also. So, I can't be more proud of the defense side of the ball. And they kept us in the game to where we could feel comfortable and get the offense going to where they can get in the end zone.
Well, the page turns, and you do indeed have a short week this week, playing on Thursday night, and that's Cane Ridge, right on the road.
Yeah, we had to Cane Ridge on Thursday night, and it's the game right before fall break, and kids will be excited for it. It's, again, like you said, it'll be a short week, so we got to get to work. We got to get to work this afternoon and start getting stuff done. So we'll be prepared when the kids come in tomorrow and get to work on Cane Ridge. It's a non-region game. It's our last non-region game, but still, it's been a good competitive game for us.
I know coaches are creatures of habit, and any move you want to continue to do the same things. Do you just move everything up by a day that you plan on doing?
Yeah, we try to do that a little bit. And our Monday practice will be a mix of our Monday and Tuesday practices, and then same thing with Tuesday, and then Wednesday will be our Thursday practice. So we try to do some things, and our Wednesday practice will be a little bit longer than what it is, and we'll spend a little bit more time with them tomorrow when they come in.
It's always a pretty quick turnaround for coaches, but what's your philosophy on, you give the players 24 hours and then let's look ahead, or how does that work?
Yeah, I mean, I give them all day. We don't mess with them on Saturdays and let them enjoy their Saturdays. And then we when they come in on Sundays, we just want to try to make sure any bumps and bruises that need to be taken care of, and we watch film of Friday night's game. That way we can put that to bed and start working on our opponent Sunday night and into Monday morning with the kids.
I guess it's much different now, but kids get their own highlights. They're already there for them to watch whenever they want to on their phone, and they have homework in football, right?
Yeah, they do, and our kids do a good job. I can't brag enough on how well they study the game and watch film. They want to get better, and that's what I've been impressed with this group. This group's a pretty close-knit group, and they work hard, and they want to get better. Even last night, some of the offensive guys were upset, because they didn't feel like they played well, and they want to get better. And when you got guys that have attitudes and mentality like that, when you win 21-0 and they're not happy, and you win 21-0 a region win with bad weather conditions, and they're not happy, you can deal with that. You can come back to work and get better, and those types of mentality and attitude will help us, along the way, because we don't have any easy games, and we got to stay focused and keep working. And if we take anybody for granted, it won't be a good Friday night for us.
Yeah, still a lot of football ahead here, and Coach, good luck on Thursday night at Cane Ridge, and we'll see you back here Saturday morning.
All right, appreciate it.
That is Will Kriesky joining us here on the Coaches Show, brought to you by State Farm agents Andy Womack, Dana Womack, Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, and Emerson Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Rely on the experienced professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air.
Whether it's the blazing heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter, let the Rheem Pro professionals at Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Conditioning on West College Street keep your home or business comfortable year-round. We service all major brands and in most cases offer same-day service. Call us today at 615-890-1311. Prentice Allsup Heating and Air, your Rheem Pro partner heating and cooling contractor on West College Street, just under the Thompson Lane overpass.
Craig's Tax Service.
We perform tax preparation, individual tax returns, corporations, partnerships, and all your payroll bookkeeping needs.
Brett Craig with Craig's Tax Service.
Craig's Tax Service is located just off Memorial on Heritage Park Drive. You can contact us at 890-2233.
It makes sense to get help with your taxes. Call 890-2233 for an appointment.
We are proud to support all Rutherford County student athletes.
Craig's Tax Service, 890-2233.
Franklin's Printworks has been in Murfreesboro for over 25 years. We are a full-service commercial printer, everything from business cards, brochures, booklets to banners. My name is Jeff Carlton. I handle sales and marketing for Franklin's Printworks. We hear a lot people who have been working with printers on the internet, had issues, and they know that if we're working with someone local, that A, they know where to find us, and B, they know that we'll take care of it because we have to take care of our neighbors. Our website is franklinsprinting.org.
Winners Trophies can help you with customized awards for any occasion. Owner Kelly Hockenberry continues to provide awards for sports teams, churches, recognition awards, and more. Call Winners Trophies